Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, My Vagabond Style. I'm Debbie, and today I thought it would be fun to play with my new cards that I got. I got these cards, they're palette cards, and they're from Sarah Renee Clark. And here's her information here. I bought the set, it's two big containers of them, cubes, and there's 250 palettes in each cube. And I just was kind of thumbing through them and I found this one right here and I just thought it was beautiful. Now, these cards, if you cannot afford to buy these, they're a bit expensive. I don't remember exactly how much. I didn't think for how many there was it was bad, but depends on everybody's budget. You can also pull these palettes off of Pinterest, not these particular ones, but palette cards off of Pinterest and print them out and then use that. So that's an option, or take a picture of it on your phone and kind of try to match those colors. What I did was I pulled out my acrylics and I tried to match these colors as best I could. I'm not going to match them exact, and that's fine. It's just inspiration for this limited color palette to do my backgrounds. This one went pretty good. I found pretty much all of them that I thought went fairly decent. The only one I wasn't super happy with was the brown because this color right here has some burgundy to it. So I actually mixed these two together and came out with almost this exact color. So what I did was I took a little piece of paper and these are right out of the bottle and they're fairly close. This was the one right here, when I added a little bit of this color to the brown, it came out almost that exact color. So that's quite nice. And then these down here, I have started to use these are King Art Artist Mixed Media Gel Sticks. I got these off of Amazon, and there's quite a few of them. I think there was like, I don't know how many, 40 of them or something. Yeah, I think there was at least 40 or 50 of them, but I picked out the ones that were somewhat close. This one's brown. I didn't have that pretty color there, but I think the brown will work as well. So anyway, these are the colors that I'm going to be working with. And then I also threw in some white and black. That can be maybe for detailing in the end, but I'll just kind of show you what I do to get some backgrounds going. What I do is I just put whatever, a little bit of paint in the palette here. I feel like I'm going to need probably more than this, but you can always add more later. It's so funny. Look at the difference in consistency of these each, how thick this one is. Again, off Amazon. This is a nice paint for the price. What is it called? It's Story paint, but I bought a whole set of them. And then this is just the Craft Smart paint. Craft Smart. I think that's at Michael's. And that's the Craft Smart. So right now I think I'll stick with what I have here. I will have to mix up some of that color together. But to get started, I just sometimes I spread it a lot of times with a credit card, but I thought today maybe I would do something a little different. So sometimes I just like to take some and, you know what, let's just start with making some marks on the page. Doesn't have to mean anything. It's just getting something down on the page. You may or may not see those in the end, but it kind of just warms you up from, you know, starting from that stark white. And lots of times I don't even wipe my brush off. I just move into the next color. And sometimes I wait for the paint to dry, sometimes I don't. I don't really like that because now I'm getting a little bit of that pink. I'll wipe that off of my brush here and go into the next color. Let's try to mix this and see how well we do with coming up with that color again. Yeah, I think that's more the color I wanted. Perfect. So when you're starting out like this, you will not, this will not probably look like anything when I'm resembling this when I'm done. Oh, that was just pure brown there, which is fine. Put a little pure brown. Let's go back and put a little more red. Wiping my brush off there. And a lot of times, these color palettes are great because they're not your usual colors that you put together. Okay, you guys, this is Editing Debbie, and as I was watching this, I was like, it was quite a long time to get all this different color paint down. So what I'm going to do is just cut to towards the end of when I got most of the colors down. I think what's fun about this is there's really no right or wrong, you know? And like I said, it's not going to look the same as what it does right now. I'm going to use a little bit of that cream color or tan when I get a little more finished. I think I'm going to put maybe that more on the top. I definitely feel like right here is where you have to trust the process because you're not going to like what it looks like right now. I pretty much guarantee you. So just keep at it because it'll come together in the end. Okay, so now I'm kind of being a little more deliberate, making some lines. Let's see, maybe I want to make a little bit more of that, whatever color this is, the darkest one. See what color it says it is. It says it's burgundy. We'll make some more burgundy. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is I do like to use different things that I have around the house as far as like I can use stencils, but I also like to use things that just make marks that I have around the house. So like for this, I'm just going to kind of get my, so I just have the edge covered in paint. And then just make little marks. And then I'll kind of move into a different, little bit more orange. I could actually have some of that lighter color. Those are just kind of fun, right? little circles. Who knows if you'll see it or not when you put your collage over it, but just something to work with. And we'll leave that. I wonder if I could do it on the bottom here. Let's see how it looks on the bottom. Yeah, a little bit smaller. Another thing that you can do is take some bubble wrap. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Let's see, what color do we want to use? Use a little bit more of that white. I called it white, but you know what I mean, that tan. It's actually got some red on it, which will be kind of cool. I'm going to do just a test stamp on the back here. Okay, I'm good with that. So you know what, at this point, I could either put some more like mixed media papers, put some more scrapbooking paper, or even I've got this little bit of material. I really like the material. I think I'm going to put that on. And you could use some art glitter glue if you want. That's what I'm going to use today. But you could also use the Beacon 3-in-1, or what else is it called? I forget now. Fabri-Tac, that's what it's called. I had to look at my bottle. I do like using material. I don't do it very often, but it looks really good. Sometimes it's hard to come up with your own colors, and by using the color palette, it just takes all the pressure off of what colors look good with what. It's a little cheater card. I'm also going to go ahead and add some of this. It's weird. I think this came from like when you get flowers, and it's that kind of it's not textured, it's fibrous paper that goes around the flowers. Super like strong one way, and you can rip it another. So I have a huge piece of it that just happens to be the right color for this. So I'm going to just glue stick some on. I need to be careful not to, this paint is still wet in spots. We'll just put some of this down. And you cannot be afraid to get messy with this. I should call this the Let's Get Messy. I usually, when I do this too, I'll sit here for, I don't know, a good hour, hour and a half, and just do a bunch of pages up at once. So that way, when I go back, they're all ready to go. Okay, I cut out a circle of that. I'm going to put the circle down. I love just using what I have on hand. No, I don't like it there. Let's move it over here. I think I'm going to make another couple circles. I like them. And then I think last, what I'm going to do is maybe just do a few more of the squiggles. Squigglish. And look, if you don't like all those squiggles, you can go back over and put something else down. But I'm just saying that when you go to put something else down, let me grab one of my images from my tray of images. When you go to put something down, it might just be cool, you know? So don't be afraid to make marks. I don't want to set that back in. I got paint on it. Let me try something else. Just giving you ideas here. You just never know what's going to work. Even that looks cool. I love the cigars. I hate the smell of cigars, but I just think these look cool. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the background tutorial and that you'll give it a try. I will see you next time. Thanks for stopping in.